Hey, what's up guys? I'm Caleb, this is the left pedal, and today we're going to go through how to replace the alternator in the 2005 to 2010 Chrysler 300 and Dodge Charger with the 3.5 liter V6 engine. This alternator had been struggling for a while before it finally went out, and now it no longer recharges the battery enough to start the car. As you can see, it's only putting out about 11 volts, when it should be closer to 14. So, for this job you're going to need a 10mm wrench, a 13mm wrench, a socket wrench, a 15mm socket, a flathead screwdriver for prying things off, and a set of pliers doesn't hurt either. And then, obviously, a new alternator. You'll also want to have a jack and jack stands to get the car off the ground. Now, the weather's not great, it looks like it's going to start raining again soon, so we're going to see just how fast we can do this. The first step is to remove the battery. Since my battery is dead, I'm not able to unlock the trunk, so we'll have to go in from the back seats and pull the emergency unlock cord. Then just remove the battery cables. I already loosened these up, but know that you'll need to unscrew the locking nuts to get these off. Next, we're going to use our socket wrench to loosen the tensioner so that we can take off the belt. You don't need a socket for this, just slide the wrench into the little square hole and pull up on the tensioner. You'll have to muscle it a little bit, but once you get it pulled up, just slide the belt right off and set it out of the way. Next, we're going to use the 15mm socket to break the top bolt loose, but don't take it out just yet. Now that we've broken that loose, we're going to jack the front passenger wheel up. You don't have to go too high, just enough to slide yourself underneath the car. Make sure to always use jack stands and not just the jack itself. Now that it's off the ground, we can reach these two bolts on the bottom of the alternator. Use the 15mm socket to remove those. They are pretty long, so it does take a minute to get them out. You're also going to remove the two wires at this point. One of them is just a clip, and the other one you'll have to unscrew. After that, we're going to finish taking out this bolt on the top. Since we already broke it loose, it shouldn't be too hard to remove. Once all three bolts are out, you can wiggle the alternator out of its spot, and just slide it out from the bottom of the car. It will take a little bit of jimmying around, but it will come out. Unfortunately, I wasn't fast enough, and at this point it started to rain. So I'd have to wait a little bit before I could finish the job. Obviously, I would have much rather done this in the garage, but it was full, so I was at the mercy of Mother Nature. In the meantime, I'll give you a better look at the back of the alternator so that you can see how the wires come out. Eventually, Mother Nature smiled on me and gave me a brief 30 minutes to finish replacing my alternator.
Now that the ground's nice and wet.
Getting the new alternator in its spot is quite a bit harder than pulling it out, since you're fighting gravity. But trust me, if you keep at it, I promise it'll fit. Once you've got it in there, set one of the bottom bolts by hand so it'll stay in place. This will allow you to rotate the alternator up to its spot. Now, it looks like it won't fit between the two mounts, but it will. I just pulled back on the left one with my hands and kind of forced it in place. Once you do that, reinstall the top bolt. And go back underneath the car one more time to reinstall the bottom ones. Once it's secure, just reinstall the wires. I want to note that some alternators have a little spacer on the bolted wire that you'll have to remove, so make sure you check for that. Now that the new alternator is in the car, we're going to lift it up off the jack stands and put the 300 back on the ground. After that, we just have to put the belt back on the same way it came off. Once that's done, you should be good to go. Since the battery is still dead, we're going to use the Chevy to jump it off. Final step is to start it up and enjoy the fact that your car isn't broken down anymore. If this video was helpful, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. We've got a few more videos of this Chrysler, so consider checking those out. Thank you for watching the left pedal, and I will see you next time.